Okay, chapter 19. We are dealing with, let me fix the screen a little bit quickly so you can see it a little bit better, hopefully. Okay, so as I said, we're chapter 19, part 2. We left off with the Uber issues, and now we're back on this chapter. So, in order to have an agency relationship, you have to have an agreement. It can be oral or it can be in writing. Okay. You can also have an agency relationship by ratification. What does that mean? That means that the person has acted as an agent for the other person without an oral or written agreement. And the person, the principal, has accepted those actions, or some of those actions, and ratified them. That creates an agency. You can also have an agency by estoppel. This is where the principal acts in a way that makes a third person who the agent is dealing with believe that there's an agency relationship. In that situation, the court will estop. That is, prevent the principal from denying that there's an agency relationship and find that there is one. Okay? The third party's reliance has to be reasonable, though. You can also have an agency created by operation of law. This would be based on social policy or legal duty, or formed in certain situations when the agent is unable to contact the principal. An example would be necessaries for family members in emergency situations. So what are some of the agent's duties to the principal? First of all, the duty of performance. Okay? It's an implied condition to use reasonable diligence and skill by the agent in performing the duties that have been assigned to him or her by the principal. If the agent fails, there's liability for breach of the contract of the agency. However, if it's a gratuitous agent, then the agent is only liable for torts that they commit. A gratuitous agency is one where the person is not getting paid or receiving any kind of consideration for being the agent. The agent also owes a duty of notification to the principal. The agent has to keep the principal aware of everything that's going on, the matters that concern the subject of the agency. The law presumes or assumes that the principal is aware of any information acquired by the agent that's relevant to the agency. Another duty owed as a fiduciary to the principal by the agent is the duty of loyalty. The agent has to act solely for the interest or benefit of the principal and not towards any third party. So there cannot be a conflict of interest. Okay? Obedience. The agent has a duty to follow all lawful and clearly stated instructions of the principal. The agent has a duty of accounting to the principal. That is to keep records and accounts of all the property and funds received and paid on behalf of the principal, including gifts from third parties that are related to the agency. And it has to be available to the principal upon the principal's demand to see those records. Now, what are the principal's duties to the agent? The principal has a duty to properly compensate the agent in accordance with the agency agreement. He also or she also has an obligation to reimburse and indemnify the agent. That is, anything that the agent spends or accrues as a cost on behalf of the principal has to be repaid by the principal to the agent. And the agent also has to indemnify, the principal also has to indemnify the agent. What does that mean? That means if the agent does something like has an accident, the principal has to cover or pay for those losses. The principal has a duty to cooperate with the agent. They cannot foil the purpose of the agency by not cooperating with the agent. Can't do anything to prevent the agent from performing his or her duty. The principal also has a duty to provide a safe working environment for the agent, including the premises, equipment, and conditions with regard to the agent and other employees. So what are the remedies with regard to these rights? The agent has the right to be compensated, reimbursed, and indemnified. And the agent has the right to withhold further performance and be given an accounting when these things are not taking place. The principal can sue the agent under tort law for negligence, deceit, libel, slander, or trespass, or any breach of the fiduciary duty owed by the agent to the principal. Okay, so that ends part 2 of chapter 19. The magic word for chapter 19 is agent. We'll pick back up with part 3 next.